Roads? It's the Ernest Hancock Show. Where we're going, there aren't any roads.
Yeah, what's that goal? Where we're going, there aren't any roads. You think there's roads in space? No. Well, they try to make them. They'll go, yeah, we own the moon. It's ours. Mars, ours. It's all ours. Who's us? Who owns it? Oh, yeah, you can see where I'm going with this. This is, there's a lot of news going on. And I know a lot of people expected me I was hoping to have Michael on for 2 hours, and he wasn't available for that long. So I guess I'm going to have to talk about Gabrielle Gifford's shooting. And I'll tell you how I heard about it. I was in Las Vegas at breakfast on Saturday morning, and we're sitting there having lunch. And breakfast was a long breakfast. And we're talking, me and some friends and so on. And I got a call. And I, just let it go to voicemail. And I go, I'll pick it up later. So I called Gary Franchi back. Now, Gary Franchi from RTR.org, Restore the Republic. And he left the message. Yeah, I guess you know what I'm calling about. Give me a call. I want to talk to you a little bit and so on. And I had no idea what he was talking about. I was at lunch. And what it was is that a gunman, a 22-year-old young man in Tucson, saw it, necessary for him to pull a bullet in the head of a congressman here in southern Arizona. Well, a lot of things buzz through your mind, and I tell you the first thing that came to mind. We are not going to know what happened until at least the police report comes out. And hopefully we're already starting to work on that and trying to get, we do our press freedom of information request and I want to see and bloggers and people on scene and so on and such. Because we learned this as young activists in the 90s. I'm going to tell you this story so you understand my perspective. Las Vegas Review-Journal editor, his name is Ven Sopranowicz, a good libertarian and a good friend. And he made it clear, there was an article that he wrote for us in a newspaper we used to publish in the 90s, and he said, let me tell you how the media works. The election cycle, same thing. The news cycle, they already have whatever it is that they want to get across to the public, how they're going to frame whatever happens. They already got legislation on the shelf to do whatever with and wait for circumstances that either they create or take advantage of. Now, all the conspiracies are going to come. I'll give you, some of the facts that we do know that are stipulated. But, the thing is that the initial story, the news cycle, you never get what really happens. Like all of these shootings on high school and college campuses and so on, you wait a little while and you find out that they were on drugs. They were on Ritalin. They were on some kind of psychotropic, mental, I got whatever, and then they go bonkers. Well, is this part of a larger trend of the sentiments of the people? I don't know. I see them as mind canaries. They start flopping in the mind, it's time to get out. Well, I already has the feeling we're getting out. We're getting mobile. We're getting ready. The starting pistol has already been pulled. We are consolidating everything, get mobile, and go wherever. I have no idea where, but we're getting ready because I think it's going to get really bad. And this is just a side effect of a lot of these things. But what I did know, I go back and I said, all right, I get in front of a computer and we just went ahead and created an article for you guys that we keep adding to. Now, ABC, Fox, CNN, news reports, the shooting of Gabrielle Giffords, and we started putting up all of the information here. It's on the front page of Freedom's Phoenix, and you see the early news stories. Now, one of them is a Fox News story. I'll go ahead and play this for you, and then we'll discuss it.
Law enforcement officials say the gunman in the crowd shot Giffords and a person in the...
Yeah, we're going to the big screen here to do it. Now, the one thing that I wanted to make sure that you guys knew is that...
Law enforcement officials say the gunman in the crowd shot Giffords and a person in the...
I apologize. I'm trying to get you a big screen here. There we go.
Law enforcement officials say the gunman in the crowd shot Giffords and a person in the crowd shot at the gunman. A person in the crowd...
Now, that is one thing that I want to talk about, and we'll go ahead and let this thing load up. But What I want to discuss is the initial reports were that there was an armed citizen there that returned fire and they subdued a guy. Now, of course, a lot of people got shot and so on. In past stories like this, if you report, this is what happened in the first couple of days, you never get the whole facts. If it came out that there was an armed citizen that was responsible for subduing someone, as has happened on a lot of university and high school campuses. A teacher went and got his gun out of his car. There was someone that was armed there. It's always you call someone, and this is one thing that Vin would always say. He goes, it's always a gun that stops a gunman, but if nobody there has it, all it is no guns are allowed. Well, criminals don't obey laws. They got the gun. And all you did was create, a safe work environment for criminals. It's like OSHA for bad guys. So if the story comes out to be true, now what they say is that this they got from AZ Central, which is the Arizona Republic here. The Arizona Republic is the state newspaper here out of Phoenix, and they are part of Gannett. Gannett also has the NBC affiliate, Channel 12 here. If it was up and they reported that's where they got the story from, we went and looked for it and it wasn't there. So is Fox News fibbing, or was that stricken from the, taken off their website? And why would they do that? I don't know. Let's go ahead and, now I got it loaded up here. Let's go ahead and play
Law enforcement officials say the gunman in the crowd shot Giffords and a person in the crowd shot at the gunman. A person in the crowd shot back at the gunman. This is from the reporting of azcentral.com, which is the newspaper for the local area there. I'm going to read that to you again. Arizona law enforcement say a gunman in the crowd shot at Giffords and a person in the crowd shot at the gunman. Can you imagine? You are at Congress on your corner, and a shootout begins as your congresswoman is shot in the head and a child is shot and killed, and people are running for their lives in America. 5 others were reportedly killed, as I mentioned. Again, this is from azcentral.com. Arizona State Senator Linda Lopez, with whom our correspondent Adam Housley spoke a short time ago and is at University Medical Center, spoke to Giffords' parents and said that she is in the emergency room undergoing surgery and is very serious. We've since been updated to extremely critical. There were conflicting reports throughout the day, the paper goes on to say, including the reporting of HERE and other news organizations, which were told by very good sources that she had died on the scene. That reporting was inaccurate. Or if she did, they were able to bring her back to life and are now working to save her life. And God bless them. The NBC affiliate in Tucson reports that the FBI has now taken over this investigation, which does make sense. Fox News can't confirm that.
Okay. When the initial reporting of this, you either get, we've seen a lot of tragedies like this. Oklahoma City bombing, 9/11, on and on and on, where you get the initial reporting kind of has a lot of the facts. They're just, facts, that's what's reported, but boom, then it gets scrubbed. Once we found out who the young man was, we started looking on the internet, boom. His MySpace was already deleted, a lot of other, but the YouTubes were. Now, Gary Franchi from RTR.org started downloading a lot of the files, so it's already taken and got those out, because I guess YouTube said, nope, we're not deleting them fast enough. Yep, we'll talk about it more, what's coming. We'll get more of the story in the days to come when we get the full story. Is there one? We're going to find out.